Anyway, what I did today, I was focused on Tesla, AMD, Microsoft, obviously Nvidia, and then I have the indices up. Um, Made quite a few mistakes today actually. Like I'm barely up in the account because of that. So I said I was gonna wait to see what happened on SPY. I didn't do that. Instead, I traded SPY right out the gate and took a loss. So I took this entry here on SPY, inside 5-hour hammer. Not the worst entry. Terrible exit. Took that because SPY had already triggered the day down, so I was looking for outside day. It's just too early in the day. And actually it's not. It's just I didn't stop out at the proper time. That's a fine entry. Then obviously we had this like complete pull down. So that was a loss on SPY. Microsoft. I sort of just threw out what I initially... That's not true. I did what I initially wanted to do, but was so focused on that that I didn't flip, which is quite unlike me. So Microsoft looks like this, right? I was wanting to reject all-time highs. I said, we could do a down and then back up because the market is strong and bullish and yada yada. And like, I know this, I have all that logic in my brain, but I still wanted to short Microsoft, right? Not the worst thing because we are rejecting all-time highs. That's exhaustion risk. You can short all the way down to here. And I did that. The issue is, I believe I took it on the 5. The issue is not flipping. The issue is twofold. I didn't take my profit and I didn't flip long when it was obvious, right? So we go here. This is my entry. I can make it larger. This is my entry for the downside, which I just spoke about. Entry here. It goes all the way down here, right? New low of day, yada, yada, yada. And then we have a reversal on the flip, right? I know a flip is coming, so I need to tighten my stops. It's so early in the day that these flips have like a big residual effect, right? Because contracts are super volatile right in the morning. So if I'm going to jump in the morning, then I need to be on my P's and Q's for exiting in the morning, right? If it continues my way, then we can talk about ads and things like that, but it's not continuing my way. Like this is not okay. So into here, I'm in profit, I don't know, 12, 13%. Exit, I couldn't tell you where I exited, but I exited like negative 8, 10%, which is completely unnecessary, right? So what frustrates me, don't get too frustrated about losses. I get very frustrated when I lose when I don't have to, when I shouldn't have. That should not have happened. And then it does all that, and then it shows like entry after entry on like a higher time frame. 15 entry, 30, double inside 30s, boom, entry, right? And I just didn't take it, knowing that Microsoft can do this. That Microsoft is likely to do this, right? Which is what I keep drawing on like practically every chart. So that's annoying. Microsoft could go outside day. I don't know about that, but it's strong enough for you to have taken along. And by you, I mean me. So mistake on Microsoft. Took a loss there. So SPY and Microsoft took losses. AMD. How did I manage my swing? I said I was going to sell at open, but I didn't because this all happened quite quickly. So I wanted to wait for the next 5-hour, which opened here and then like closed up here. So I held on to AMD until like this area when it got back into orb. So I didn't exit here, which would have been an ideal exit. But I exited like here-ish, okay, where the orange line is. I was happy with that. Like, it's fine. I added to a position here and like also took that up. It did like 25-30%. That's not true. Let me look. It did 20%. So not bad. And 20% comes quick. You know, you pay like $18 for a contract, so it wasn't a crazy gain. I do want to mention. Oh yeah, so I did find on AMD. I'm looking at it. Look at this hour. I'm looking at it. See this? Possible backup and through. Right? Backup and through means back up through outside quarter up towards the gap that we have already discussed multiple times. So there's that. And then NVIDIA. I just got into this. Oh, I need to talk about Tesla. So, okay, yeah, got into NVIDIA. I know it's an inside day. I get it. But 30. I took this 30. And we'll just see how we go. My stops are at break even. So if it crosses back below that trigger, then I will get out. That's the nuance of it being an inside day, right? You want 30s to close, all of that. Yes, I do trade that way, but it's an inside day. No need to over risk. I've already taken a few losses. So we have this outside hour. Hopefully it continues. If not, then I'll just get out, break even, and keep living. So Tesla. So frustrating. This was my entry in Tesla today. Let me show what I wanted, right? We spoke about this in the morning video. I want Tesla to trigger this inside day down. We've talked about the fact that it's inside week. Yes, I know, and I'm okay with it. So what do? Right off open, I take this 5-minute trigger. This is like what dreams are made of. Ideal entry. 5 minutes, it just plummets straight down to my what's this called? Browning formation line. You see this green line? I can make it thicker. Right? Comes down there. What should I be doing? There's two options. I should be taking profit or tightening my stops, right? Two options there. When it hits my target, which is here. Okay. What do I do? Nothing. It keeps going, which is fine. Fine to hold, no big deal. When it comes back through my target, again, my two options, take profit or move my stops tighter. I didn't do that. I was like, oh no, I want it to go to ADR, and then I want it to go to ADR2, and then I want it to go to daily mag. Because I was being stubborn about it, what happens? It comes all the way back up. I hold through this. I wouldn't say it's no big deal. I was down. I knew where my target was. I knew where it was going to go. But it's just sort of like, why not just take the money here? Let it run back up. Get back in here. Which is actually, this would have cost me less money than this entry. Because of time, right? So, get back in here and let it ride down. Right? But of course I didn't do that. I just held it. Took that loss. Had to add here. Which is kind of annoying. I want to be better about this. So anyway, got into Tesla here. It comes all the way down. And I still didn't take profit till it came back up through here, which is just annoying, right? My next line of defense should have been here at ADR. So I made like, I don't know, 10% on Tesla. And it went all the way to like 65%. So I'm not in love with that. Who would be? And yeah, I got to tighten up my game. Like, I don't know why I'm acting like this isn't serious money. And look at Microsoft. It's just sort of like, settle in and tighten up your game. That's the gist of this video. And now Tesla wants to do this whole flip it and reverse it situation. Hold on. I don't like that line. This whole situation here, right? This hammer hour back through new high of day situation. And so does Spy. Spy wants to... Let me come here, Spy. Look at this. Spy could go outside day. I mean, there's still quite a bit of time in the day. But this is what I'm talking about here. Fail 2 down hour. 9 minutes. We could go outside hour and just shoot. So, we'll see. We will see. Lots of fumbles today. Now I'm only holding NVIDIA, which is an inside day, so like not the best hold. I really should be looking at getting in AMD. But yeah, this was my focus. This was my situation on the day. I didn't lose money. But boy, oh boy, did I give a lot back.